what happened when the game got sloppy. Introducing the Lone Ranger, the Kimo Sabi. The horses were big, the 10-gallon tracks. The hood cowboys with the 10-gallon raps. Racking ACG boots and baseball caps. I agree, this ain't a simulation of the doo-doo. This is the shot said to get used to. Gangstar foundation to treat. We branched off, shine. I just waited our chance to blast off. Year rounds in possession of Black Poet, Nick Khalil, the NYGs. I'm making diamonds out of pressure. My pipes are intact. Don't believe me? Action pointing back to the track. These recordings be important and responsible for drama like Sarah Palin, Joe Biden, McCain, and Obama.
Man, listen, we be on a life or death mission. Get paid like tuition or caged up in prison. One time for your mind, two ghetto politicians. 3 for all my niggas locked down in the system. Man, listen, we be on a life or death mission. Get paid like tuition or caged up in prison. One time for your mind, two ghetto politicians. 3 for all my niggas locked down in the system.
NYG.
They said New York fell off. Who bringing New York back? I'm like, where we went? What part the game is that? We've been here the whole time, anxiously waiting. And the streets paper chasing, pre-testing our patience. Now stop the presses. Listen up, this is not a lecture. More like a message with a flow that's as hot as peppers. Pop the only way you can stop this villain. I'm sick with it, couldn't with a moxicillin. I've been the illest, this ill kid, Operation Red. Though I never contemplated that. Then that's a wrap, turn your pages to 03. Chapter NYG's, Panthers my code D. No iron team, homie, picture me solo. See what happened to Tony, what he did to Manolo. Here go that New York Giant, back on it again. Seen with Wolverines and he wasn't from Michigan. Y'all listening, y'all can hear a lyrical street. The Carter's raw dens. Rap don't work, find us in Tennessee. Looking for bucks, see if they still tend to.
NYG.
We appeal to those that feel.
Practice freedom of speech and refuse to hold back. Hey, what you say?
NYG.
We appeal to those that feel.
Practice freedom of speech and refuse to hold back. Hey, what you say?
NYG.
DJ Kyrie, Convict Music. We the best. Yeah, we taking over. Listen.
Spread out with it. South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, on the North Carolina, Philadelphia, Virginia. From down in Miami, where it warm in the winter. On up to Minnesota, where it storm in the winter. Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Memphis, 10, holla at me. B&H Town, Southside, Cloverland, Daddy, I'm the man out in Dallas. Better ass Cali. Catman, Cali with my eyes open valley. Blowing and spinning, going down Vinny. Drop 6, 4, 3, wheel here switching. Red light stop, make it drop for the.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
That's right, it's here, the official start of the new NBA season. I'm Ernie Johnson.
We've got a capacity crowd here at the United Center. Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. We've got an Eastern Conference battle ready to get rolling, and the Chicago crowd wants some love from their Bulls. And look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Irving in at the 1 spot. And here we go, Shumpert running it up the court. Outside Irving. Cranes it from beyond the arc. Irving's got the first bucket of the game with the 3 for Cleveland. Cavs didn't start the season as a team built around the 3, but they would end it that way.
Yeah, and after the trade for Smith and Shumpert, it changed their dynamic. All of a sudden, they can do a lot of damage from beyond the arc.
Now here's Butler. Shot clock at 6. And he finishes nicely on the way.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
LeBron against Butler. And the call will be against Joakim Noah. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
They set the screen. Shumpert dishes to Irving. He's looking for James and finds him. Over to the wing. 6 to shoot. Goes up on the wing. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And, you know, for the Cavs, they ended up in the top 5 and made threes per game. But they actually led the NBA and made threes per game after the trade.
Now here's Butler. He kicks to Gasol. And he gets it to go. Gasol's got his first 2 points.
Yeah, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in. And last season, the Cavs would shatter all sorts of franchise records in the 3 department. I mean, makes sense to have that many shooters on your roster when LeBron opens up so much in terms of floor space.
That's good.
He's so tough to guard. He can fake you one way and then just spin right by you.
Irving passes to LeBron. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
You know, one of the more impressive things that we know about LeBron James is that he is one of the great leaders in the NBA. His voice carries a lot of weight, and he hasn't been shy about raising his voice on social issues either. Good to see.
And he's good on the second. And speaking of LeBron's leadership, trying to will this Cavs team to a title, one of his greatest challenges.
And Kevin, the expectations are just so high. He may have had less talent around him in his first stint in Cleveland, but after winning titles in Miami, anything less seems like a step backwards.
It's stolen by Dunleavy. Butler with the ball, now guarded by Shumpert. Right side Gasol. And the rejection by Love. Outside Shumpert. Right side Irving. Pass to Love. Noah against James. Clock at 6. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Shumpert, good, and the assist goes to James. Shumpert's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Well, he's back and playing in front of his hometown, and it's such a rush of adrenaline when that happens. So you're going to be dealing with friends and family, asking for tickets, but the chance to come back to play where it all started and put on a show for the people you grew up with, there's not much more that's better in terms of motivation.
Now here's Mozgov after the miss from Joakim Noah. Irving kicks to Shumpert. No good with the triple.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
On the wing, Irving. Love kicks to Shumpert. James in the post. Defended by Butler. A nice shot by LeBron.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer, was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
And that one's good. So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
We're really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Iritic comes in for Mike Dunleavy. Tony Snell's checked in for Butler. And it's Brooks in for Rose. Now Brooks following the miss by J.R. Smith from deep. And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season. Won the Most Improved Player of the Year award, really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
Jefferson dishes to Thompson. And a miss there on the triple.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Cavaliers trailing. Outside Williams. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
You know, it was a bit of a roller coaster year for Mo Williams. I mean, he had that 50-point breakout game, but then later traded away to the Hornets.
Now here's Brooks. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. That's a thing of beauty.
Cleveland's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Williams attacking. Out to Smith. Had the space there, but it's offline.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out.
It's all tied in Chicago. And LeBron James trying to will his Cavaliers team to its first title. Teammate Kevin Love.
He sat us down.
When someone like LeBron talks about what you need to bring to the table, you better bring it.
Yeah, I would think so. You'd be better served to go right along with what he's talking about. Dubbed the new big three along with Kyrie. I think if they just keep following LeBron's lead and advice, the sky's the limit.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
You always like it when your team doesn't settle for outside shots, and that's been the case here early on.
Yeah, I agree with you. They've done a nice job, Greg, working it low and not taking the easy way out on offense, keeping that pressure on the defense by going inside.
So on the floor for Cleveland, LeBron and Thompson are up front. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Smith in at the small forward. Irving kicks to Thompson. The dish to Dellavedova. In the corner, Smith with it. It's stolen by Dunleavy. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Knocked loose. And he lays it straight in. And that's now 6 points for Butler.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Love's check in for Cleveland. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. James, the pass to Irving. Love against Gibson. 5 on the clock. And that one's good. Love.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And for Kevin Love, such a big part of that Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. I mean, they drafted him 5th overall back in 08, and really he had been their catalyst his entire career. Even last year when he decided he finally wanted out, he helped the Wolves land Andrew Wiggins in the trade that shook the league.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Mozgov's checked in. That's good. Gibson's got his first 2 points of the night. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
And we still aren't halfway through this contest yet.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Irving dishes to Mozgov. Irving against Rose. Irving kicks to Mozgov. On the wing, James, defended by Butler. Dishes to Dellavedova. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Well, Kevin Love, and we've kind of gone over some things in Minnesota with Greg, but Clark, Kevin Love probably wasn't long for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, it was time for fresh scenery, and that's why the Cavs offered up the house, including Wiggins, who eventually became Rookie of the Year, for the chance to get love.
Noah kicks to Rose. Gibson with the screen on Irving. Rose goes in. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. And now a three-point Chicago lead. The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Here's Irving. No good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Butler with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. Gibson setting the pick for Rose. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, the 111 first place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history?
Here's LeBron, the rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And textbook. I mean, that move to the lane, you got to tip your hat on that one.
Well said, Greg. And Clark with some major elevation on the slam.
Boy, the defender might have to put his shoes back on after that move. Wow. You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the 3rd player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other 2, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Shumpert passes to Love. Shoots a fader. Chicago grabs the miss. Here, matched up against Cleveland, is how they'll kick off the new season.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year, they came out on the losing end.
And, you know, with 2 teams in the upper pyramid in the early going, important to establish that pecking order, especially within your conference. So this game is important.
Irving dishes to Mozgov. Gibson with the steal. Irving against Rose. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
You know, in talking about D. Rose, I don't think the individual awards mean much to him. He's about trying to help his team win championships.
Look at that jam! I mean, just beautiful.
And you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just can't quantify.
You know what? I'm going to quantify it right now, Clark. And this is a close game, and that was something special.
And really, in a game, you guys, in a game like this, though, when you have a chance to send a message, you do. And boy, did he ever on that play.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Brooks kicks to Mirotic. Back to Brooks. Good-looking screen by Gasol. And Brooks. Here we go. Excellent D there from Mozgov.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Brooks, the pass to Mirotic. Back to Brooks. The feed to Butler. Pass to Brooks. Noah with a screen for Brooks. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Love. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president.
Shooting 2.
With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
And that one falls for Brooks.
And with Thibs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team in the way they approach the game.
Bulls making a switch here. Snell's checked in. J.R. Smith on the wing. Out to the right wing. Jefferson with it. Now guarded by Mirotic. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Smith. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Brooks. Hits the front of the rim and out. And we're through the first.
Hi, Kevin. A solid.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the... That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Good quarter from LeBron. He has 9 points and a block.
At the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. And it's Dunleavy in at the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. The Bulls leading by 3. Rose with the ball. Gasol can't get that one to fall.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Moscow guy was specifically sought after by his coach, Dave Blatt. Remember, Moscow was a favorite of his from when Blatt coached the Russian national team.
Rose dishes to Noah. Mozgov with the block. And even 3-on-3 break. Irving against Rose. And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut to just 1 on the basket from Irving.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Bulls have looked good at the line. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for him. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
And that one goes in as he is fouled. It will be 3 points if he converts at the line.
One shot. I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be. And you look at Joakim Noah, I mean, one of those hybrid talents. As a center, he gives you the rebounding, the shot blocking you want. But then he also has tremendous passing skills and instincts and the energy of a mountain lion.
And going back to Joakim Noah, he really is a hybrid. He holds American, Swedish, and French citizenships. He's truly a man of the world, and he's worldly on the floor. He can guard and play a lot of different positions.
And Kevin, he looks like a man of the world. He has a unique style unto himself, but I'll take the versatility and the hustle he brings on my team any day. If he's healthy, he's a factor.
Rose kicks to Gasol. Right side Gibson from about 16, and that one hits back iron.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Left side, Irving. LeBron James on the wing. To the middle, trying to find Mozgov. Gets it to him. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
For Chicago, they've gotten just 1 of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Rose against Irving. Rose passes to Gibson. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And the Bulls lead by 2.
And it's strange to think that early last year, all the talk in the media was about the in-house fighting on the Cavs. Goes to show just how much better things are for a team when they're winning.
And Cleveland making a change here. Dellavedova's checked in. Rose against Irving. Shumpert in the corner. Back to Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Dellavedova dishes to Love. On its way from Irving for 2. And too long on the shot. Well, as rough as the Cavs might have started the season, Clark, they were all at peace near the end. Things turned around certainly after the All-Star break. Had their amazing playoff run, great momentum, and that confidence showed every game they played.
Really did, and I thought the big three found a way to come together nicely and smooth out the rough spots, and James, Irvin, and Love ended up being the highest scoring trio in the league last year.
Rose kicks to Dunleavy. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Rose passes to Gasol. Back to Rose. Out left to the wing. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. With that miss, he is now 4 for 7 from the field. Here's Irving for the lead, and the layup is up and in. Irving's got 9 points.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Butler attacking near the three-point line. It's Dunleavy. Mozgov grabs the board.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Shumpert, no good. Bulls are gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Rose dishes to Gasol. And again, no good by Chicago.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Irving can't hit. Chicago trailing here. Rose attacking. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Rose has got 10.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
And, you know, back to D. Rose for a moment. He drives the lane now as hard as he did before the injuries. It's a level of fearlessness that only a few guys possess. And it's not teachable. You either have it or you don't.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gibson. Mirotic comes in for Dunleavy. Tony Snell's checked in for Jimmy Butler. And Brooks subbed in for Rose. Williams attacking. Outside Irving. Gasol with the steal. Feeds to Snell. It counts, and the foul. It's on Mo Williams.
And, you know, back to D. Rose. He grew up in a brutally dangerous neighborhood on Chicago's south side. Some of that fearlessness, that competitiveness he exhibits was learned early on out of necessity.
Jefferson's checked in for the Cavaliers. Williams passes to Thompson. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. And the Cavaliers lead by 1.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's the screen. Gasol kicks to Brooks. 6 on the shot clock. Over Thompson. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch. And if they're smart, they can hold it for the last shot.
To me, that's got to be the target. Make sure you manage the clock effectively so you do get the last shot.
Outside Jefferson. Elbow shot. And that's not going to go. And we just finished. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. The Bulls shooting 41% for the game. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. LeBron and Thompson are up front. Mo Williams out there with Smith. And it's Jefferson in at the 3, the small forward. James against Butler. LeBron kicks to Jefferson. Smith against Gibson. 6 to shoot. Jefferson dishes to LeBron. Rebound by Butler.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
He dishes it to Mirotic. A jump hook, no luck. And Cleveland will come the other way.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Dunleavy's check in for the Bulls. Rose comes in for Brooks. Kevin Love's checked in for the Cavaliers. Amon Shumpert has come in for J.R. Smith. Shots good from Butler.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
LeBron, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And it's Rose penetrating. No good. So Cleveland will take it the other way. And James with the basket on the assist by Thompson. James has got the game tied up here for the Cavs. Bulls have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Rose passes to Butler. Gibson a screen. And Dunleavy gets it to go in. And the Bulls lead by 2.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Thompson right side. Shumpert gets a wide open look. Good on the three-point shot.
Just a great battle these two teams are waging here today.
Boy, it sure is, and I'm getting the sense that this game could end up being decided by just 1 or 2 plays down the stretch.
Chicago calls timeout. Chicago was as strong as they would have hoped for last season at home in the United Center. A lot of big wins for them here.
Yeah, and despite all the injuries, they go 27-14 at home, and that helped to assure them of home court in the first round of the playoffs.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Chicago's coach was going over with his team. He's looking for whatever they have left in the tank. He said, I know it's been a hard-fought game, but now's not the time to leave anything in reserve. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I expect you to be going all out, full speed. Guys?
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
You know, you look back on the Bulls' record last year with 27 home wins. That's pretty solid. Same exact total as they had the year before. They haven't gone below 500 at home since 2008.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Gibson with the screen on Shumpert. Butler kicks to Dunleavy. Noah the screen. The pass to Rose. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game.
And a big part of why the Bulls are tough at home is this crowd. I mean, sold out every game last season. Led the league in total attendance for 6 straight seasons, averaging over 21,000 fans per game.
And that one's good by Noah.
I've really appreciated their activity in the post today. I mean, their movement down low has been great.
Oh, that's right on the money. They've generated a lot of easy opportunities on the inside.
Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half, but since the break, he's been on target.
Dunleavy dishes to Gibson. And Shumpert pulls it down. Cleveland's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. The drive by James, and there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Chicago.
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken advantage.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
Pau Gasol is checked in for Chicago. James in the post, defended by Butler, and it's going to be a 3-second call. Bulls have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Here's Rose, and the rejection by LeBron. Here's Shumpert, and they cash in right away with the quick shot.
And some kind of switch must have been flipped at halftime because both teams are getting after it.
Man, I tell you, partner, this has been some fun basketball, and they don't look like they're slowing down at all. You better strap your seatbelt on here.
A nice shot by Gasol.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
There's 1:47 left in the fourth quarter. Irving passes to Shumpert. James left side. Love outside. In the corner, Irving with it. 5 to shoot. Noah with the block. They recover it. For Chicago, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Moving against Rose. Down low. And a wide open look for Noah. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. 1:02 left to play here in the fourth. Irving with the ball. And Rose picks him up defensively. LeBron drives in. Count it, and the foul. That one on Dunleavy.
Boy, is it tough to stop LeBron right now.
And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
So at Chicago now, they trail by 3. Rose attacking. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. And the Bulls with another miss. This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
Kicks it out to LeBron. Back to Irving. It's good.
Chicago timeout call.
Chicago calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. 24 seconds left in the game. Here's Rose. Here's Butler. And the Bulls with another miss.
Pau Gasol. That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Chicago.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
2 shots.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're down by 7. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, they can game plan all they want, but unless they can put more time on the clock, I think this bad boy's over.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what they hope to get accomplished with this time out here. Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
Count it! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1. Here's Smith. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the strike, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making.
Now here's Rose, but they recover it. Get that out of here. Rejected and collect.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
We all know, anytime you got LeBron James on the floor, he's going to bring that will to win. He has so many tools in his arsenal he can throw at you, not to mention his defense. Literally, any night he can take over a game. Tonight we saw King James exert his will in the game.
He was doing some serious battling with the bigs down low. He's not afraid to go hard to the rack wherever he had the chance. He doesn't care about their size. He's going in there, and he's going in there often. I think he caught him off guard with that aggressive behavior.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.